Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Burning Peak, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Rhinoceronte. This is a Tier 10 Italian tech tree heavy. And it's a vehicle that features an incredibly accurate gun. I mean, look at that, 0.29 dispersion, 1.5 seconds of aiming time. But it has a downside. You see, this tank takes a lot of time to reload the clip, almost in an entire minute. And that means that you only have 2,000 effective damage per minute in this vehicle. The question remains, does DPM affect your performance in-game? And the answer is yes and no. See, yes, because if you're in a situation where you are being rushed, having damage per minute is an absolute must-have. And that's a fact. If you're getting rushed by anybody, you need DPM. But what if you're in a situation where you're able to hold hull down? And you don't need DPM, but you do need your accuracy to hit shots at distance. That is where a vehicle like the Rhino comes into play. And, as I mentioned before, this is an auto-reloader, so you have the ability to store upwards of 3 shells, which I guess is Wargaming's way of saying, hey, well, you might have really bad DPM, but at least you can deal 1,500 damage in just a few seconds of your first shot. So, it's a really interesting vehicle in the way that it's balanced and how its gun works. I really like this tank. I think that it's just a really cool design. I love the unique look of it, and it's very flexible. Obviously, it features 10 degrees of gun depression. It's got a decent top speed. We reverse at 18 just from field mods alone. So it's a very, very mobile tank, and a very flexible one at that, with pretty good turret armor. I'm not going to say it's the best armor, but it's good enough to get the job done. So what do we have? We got a Type 71, a T-57 Heavy. What does the enemy team have? 780s, 215B. I don't love that this tank has APCR standard. Even though it is decent pen, I just don't love APCR standard in general. It is a much worse round than AP. Well, we are finally getting our reserve shell loaded. There you go. We got it ready. Alright, well, we're going to see what we can do here. We're going to start off this game by going wide. We're going to poke this and see if we can get any shells. However, we got the 780 waiting for us. We also got the 114. However, the 114 looks like he's sliding down. 57 Heavy's going to poke it, and we're going to aim it ourselves. Ooh, 114's going to get chonked once, and there you go. I'm just going to dump it. I mean, that's 1,000 damage into his tank. Nobody else is going to push up. Alright, that was pretty easy. That was pretty easy stuff so far. Now we just wait and we reload. We got 8 seconds left. The 780's there. 57 Heavy's going to chill. I'm not sure why that 114 went so aggressive, but we'll be fine. Ooh, there's the artillery. We got a 268 all the way in the back as well. Okay, well. Oh, please don't hit me. Really? Really? I thought that shell was going to hit me. It looked like it was going to hit me. Bruh. There are so many artillery shells flying right now. We still have 10 seconds left on our reload, but once we get it loaded, we should be more than fine. So let's just wait a teeny bit longer. I'm really hoping that the 268 gets detected shooting at my teammate, but I guess we'll see. Because if that 268 gets spotted, I'm just going to drive right over. Oh, okay, well that 780 jumps down. Might be able to help out the Progetto in this situation. Let's see. Let's move up. Artillery's obviously firing again. Got the 2 and 5B in the back. We got the 780 over here. And, oh, we got no cigar in our first shot. No cigar in the second shot. This is what happens when you have APCR standard. Because the 780's lower plate is so well angled, it means that we really don't have the opportunity to pen him with standard ammo. So we're going to have to load gold, which sucks. I mean, it's so annoying that I don't have enough pen to cut through the enemy there. Oh, we got the artillery shooting at us. Stuns us again. How exciting. Okay, well, we just gotta wait for the stun to wear off. I'm not gonna waste a medkit or anything like that. Let's see. 780 is gonna drive over, and there you go. 1 shell into the 780, and this works out perfectly. We get to clear him, and then we can start loading gold. Artillery's gonna shoot at me. We're gonna pull forward so that shell misses. He thought we were gonna reverse. Alright, we're still alive. We've done 1,800 damage, and loading gold is going to be a much better situation. That's a fact, because with gold, we at least have the opportunity to cut through the 780s. So, we got a bit of time left. We got to wait a while here. That's obviously, again, the downside of the Rhino. We do not have time to shoot people. That 780 is going to push up. We do reverse pretty quick, so we got that going for us. But at the same time, I'm backing out of here. I can tell you that right now. Our teammate's going to die, and there's not much I can do about that. So, yeah, let's keep backing up. Let's see what happens. That 2 and 5B is probably going to push up. Saving 80 is a big threat, and our team is falling apart rather quickly here. Trying to think of how I want to deal with this situation. We have no support, like literally none. And I have a feeling that we're just going to get pushed here, but we'll see. We're going to wait around this corner. Nope, not able to pen the 780 with our first shell. I can't pen that 780 lower plate at all. It's kind of crazy, actually. We're just going to back up. I think that's the best way to play this, and we'll see if we can hold it. There you go. Artillery's going to shoot him again. Get a little bit more assistance for that. I'm just really worried about the rest of their team. We hear the artillery shooting at us. Yep, L. Big stinking L for you. Oh, we got the T100 LT over here. There you go. 538. He damages our fuel tank. However, it's not that big of a deal, as we are still doing A-okay. Alright, well, I'm going to hold this to the best of my abilities, but at the end of the day, there's only so much I can do, right? So we got the enemy 780 over here, and there you go. We get one shell into his tank, and let's just wait for him to back off. Alright, we're going to reload again, and I'm hoping that I can get one clip into his tank before we die. That's what I'm hoping. So let's see if we can. And there you go. He bounces. Let's get one pen into his roof. And 2 pens into his roof. I have no support from my team. 3 pens into his roof. There you go. 87. And we did 4,300 damage. So not a bad result. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. We had a pretty good game. Our team did not really support us enough on the heavy flank. I guess I could have tried to back out a little further, which probably would have been the best play. But, oh well. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, and we did a pretty good job. Well, actually, rather surprisingly, we ended up winning this battle. I am very surprised because our team did not look like they were doing the best job holding, but there you go. 4,300 damage dealt, top on the team, and we did a pretty solid job in general. I mean, the Rhino, as we saw, doesn't feature the most DPM, but the accuracy does allow it to be quite a capable vehicle. We did get a little unlucky as well with some of our shots. We fired at the lower plate of that 780 a few times, and those shells just did not go where we wanted them to. It's a pretty easy pen in general, and yeah, I mean, we can see the pen too. Like, if you hit this lower plate, which is where we were aiming, it's basically a guaranteed pen, but this is the problem with APCR standard, as you can see, is at any angle, really, we just can't cut through his tank, and that's premium, by the way. So our standard APCR, it's just goofy. That's the only problem. So loading gold, though, I'm very surprised we bounced that one shot on his lower plate. I guess we just got a little unlucky because he really shouldn't have bounced. And we arrive on Tundra. Up against us, we have a 60 TP, 50B, Super Conk AIM XM4, 57 heavy. It's quite a bit of actual heavy tanks that we will have to fight, especially when you take a look at the Badger, the Bliskavica. I'm not going to be making my way to the path, mainly because of the fact I don't want to fight a Badger. I don't want to fight a Bliskavica in a tank that has half their DPM. In fact, yeah, we have over half of their DPM. It's pretty bad. So I'm going to be making my way to the mountain, where more mobile vehicles usually end up pushing. And judging that the enemy team doesn't have too much mobility, only being a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, an M48 Patton, and a 121B, I think that this in general is just going to be a smarter play. Now our E100 going this way, now that's an interesting play. I'm not going to lie. I think we should be able to reload the whole clip by the time we get to mid as well. Unsurprisingly, the 50B is making his way over here. There's the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. Okay, well, let's keep on going. There you go. We got our second shell in. That means we only have one more shell to go. Now, something I should mention about this tank is that it has the most DPM when shooting on single shot on your third shell. So that is something you will have to keep in mind. We can see the 50B has already made an incredibly aggressive play. We can also see the Patton has made his way up. But right now, I'm going to be focusing on the enemy. Ooh, I was hoping we could get a shell into the 50B. However, we were not able to get a shell out just yet. Let's see, is the 50B going to poke? There you go. 600 and... Or, I don't think we rolled 600, but we did get a pretty good juicer out. There you go. Full health 50B is down 1,000 health, and we've assisted over 1,800. Artillery tries to shoot me, but doesn't really do anything. Our VZ's gonna... There you go. Nice, got the clear. Now, interestingly enough, the Badger actually did decide to go over here, which is not good. Let's back up, bruh. I keep getting stunned. We got the AMX on our flank. I'm just stunned here. Oh, God. Oh, God. E100, please. Okay, I'm going to push over to the wide and see if I can help out with the AMX really quickly. I think that's a pretty proper play. Let's see. The V5's over here as well. And I'm going to see if I can help out the V5. The Leopard's over here. Keep on going. Keep on going. I don't know if they have anybody else here. Well, there's the AMX. Unfortunate. And we're going to get shot at by the artillery. However, the arty does end up missing me, which is obviously quite nice. And we get a shell into the AMX as well. Pretty good stuff. Ah, the Bliskavica also went over here. Well, we're literally 1 kilometer per hour while the arty is still stunning us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and I'm going to try and help out this U-100 because he's obviously going to be YOLO'd, my guess, very, very soon. And I don't really want him to die just yet. So we're going to make our way over here. And we're going to have our full clip loaded in just a moment. So I'm hoping that we can kind of support him to the best of our abilities. There you go. He's dead. We do get spotted by the Patton. And, of course, the 4005 misses. But at least if we hold this position, I think we'll be all right. I think that's the best play I can make right now. Oh, we have artillery. Yep, L. Big stinky L. Okay. V5's making his way over. We have the 4005 in the back as well. So we have support. But I'm not doing anything aggressive. Look how many unspotted tanks they have on the other flank of the map. Our V5 can move up, and I'll support him, but this is interesting. We'll see. We will indeed see what happens here. Moving up. Moving up. Is anybody waiting here? Interesting. Bliskavica actually pushed off. Same for the rest of the enemy team. Well, that's good. That means I should be able to just push up here, get behind this Patton, and absolutely nuke him. Well, maybe not. Let's get 1 shell into the 57 heavy, and there you go. 2 shells into the 57, plus the version 5 shoots him. That's pretty good stuff. Now, the V5 is going to get shot at. I'm on reload, so I gotta wait. This is, again, where having poor DPM does kind of suck, because we don't have the ability to help out our teammate here until we get another chunk, but he does absolutely nuke the 121B. Alright, we got a little bit longer left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we have our shells now. Let's move up, and let's see. There you go. Nice shot into the 57 heavy, and nice shot into the 121B. Let's see, you gonna poke it again? I'll shoot you. I do not mind dumping my shot. We can see that my V5 is unfortunately pushed off, which is not super helpful. But again, we're doing alright. We have gotten penned through the turret. You can see that the turret armor on this vehicle is nothing incredible, but we're doing our job. We're holding. Those are the most important things you need. We got 8 seconds left. We're going to wait for our full clip, because there's no reason not to. And then we'll try and support our team to the best of our abilities. Here we go. Alright, we have our clip loaded, so we're going to move up here now. And let's see what we are able to do. Keep on going. 4005's rolling behind. We have the Patton. We got 1 shell into the Patton. And not able to get another one out. Oh, there's the 121B on our flank. Oh, there's the Bliskavica. That's going to suck. I am going to clear the 121B. However, we are going to be, ooh, not killed. But we are going to die in just a moment from everything else. So this was actually a really good example of a game where having no DPM really hurt us, because we weren't able to do anything here with no D. I mean, if we had a tank, let's pretend we were in a Super Conk here, or we were in an E5. I guarantee we could have easily beaten the enemy hill. We would have pushed up on the 121B, we would have killed him, we would have pushed up on the 57, killed him, and we would have pushed up on the rest of the team there. All would have been dead on that hill, I'm pretty sure, if we were in an E5 or a Super Conk. The problem with the Rhino is, you saw, we just did not have, and by the way, we were running as much DPM as we could on our tank. We were running vents, bond vents as well, but at the end of the day, you do not have that damage output to do enough sometimes. We did 6,400 combined, though, so it's not like we did a bad results at all. I still think the Rhino is a very fun tank, and because of the accuracy, it allows to have a rather enjoyable playstyle. But doesn't matter when you get stuck in a situation like the one we did here today. As we can see, 4,300 damage, pretty solid result, and it actually wasn't that far off from being a win. The enemy team had a couple vehicles that were pretty healthy, like the 4005, but honestly, if we did have a vehicle that had more DPM output, as I said before, I'm pretty confident we could have won this game. Not only that, but we might have been able to deal upwards of 9,000 damage with the result there. That was a very easy game to farm, punish, and win. But that's what happens when you drive a vehicle that doesn't have DPM output. I mean, it's not like we struggled to deal damage. We did 4,300 for the 2 games we played. It's just that, unfortunately, we could have done a lot more, and due to the tank we played, we weren't able to. I really like the Rhino. I think it's a fun tank, but I do agree with the majority of people that it needs a DPM buff. 2,500 DPM would not make it overpowered. And make it on the single shot. Make it on the first shell, and then make the other 2 shells the same. Just buff the first shell to maybe a 10-second reload. That way, you have the other 2 shots that you can use when you want, and your DPM still dumps to 0. But if you play the tank smart, you can have solid DPM on single shot, which I think would be a proper way to balance the tank. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. As always, if you enjoy the video, you know what to do, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.